Hi guys, it's Joe Tommaso from the 15 Minutes With podcast. Our show is geared toward helping to keep not only teens but people in general out of our jails and prisons. Our show is unique in the fact that we use real inmates throughout the country and they explain not only about the cases that caused their incarceration, but why it's so important for people to stay out of prison and remain free. Speaking of free, have you heard about the newest and best way to put your podcast out there for the world to hear? Let me tell you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to produce and distribute your ideas, your podcast, and the best part, it's free. There's even a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will even distribute your podcast for you so people can hear it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other listening platforms. You can even make money from your podcast, and there are no minimal amount of listeners required. Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get started.
Hey everybody, it's Joe Tommaso and thanks for listening to this edition of 15 Minutes With. Right now it is Saturday. We're in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic. The states are suspending visitations or have suspended visitation to all of the institutions straight across the U.S., including the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Some of the facilities are on lockdown, so if you are a person who has a loved one in prison and you are not getting a phone call, chances are it's because the prison is on lockdown. I just got a call from Pennsylvania from SCI Greene, which you're going to hear in this edition. They are on lockdown or a modified lockdown, so they're coming out of their cells like once for an hour every morning, every afternoon, every evening in the day room, small groups of people, and they're like trying to get to the phones to get phone calls out, but there's just so many people that want to get to the phone that it's kind of hard for them to get out. Also, we found out that they are giving them a meager amount of antibacterial goods, but they could use more. If you want to try to help me keep this show going, please, by all means, donate to paypal.me/Joe Tommaso. Again, that's paypal.me/JoeTomaso. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or if there's somebody you'd like to see me try to interview, please email me at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Again, that is insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Or you can snail mail me at P.O. Box 162. West Haven, Connecticut, 06516. And like I said, Rod Lee just gave me a call from Pennsylvania, SCI Greene. So let's go with the show.
Press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, good morning.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they, what do you call it? You were being checked up on because our call got cut off last time mid-call. It was apparently 45 days, 16 days into it right now. They're not going to cut any time off.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you doing at the prison? Is there any cases of anything near you guys or no?
We locked down.
You're totally locked down. That's what I figured. What is it? No, are you able to go out into the day room, or are you confined to the unit, or you're like you can only come out for calls?
We get an hour in the morning, hour in the afternoon, an hour at night on in the day room.
Okay. So no outside at all.
Nope.
Okay. Anybody you hear about anybody getting sick or anything?
Yeah, they said dude on the other side yesterday. Had the symptoms, right?
Yep.
So they ran out there with masks on and all that. I mean, so that night at 6 o'clock, they locked everybody down. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you guys were not locked down until that happened.
Yeah, until that happened.
Are they giving you guys any special soap or anything? I mean, believe it or not, I'm getting told that SEG got handed antibacterial soap last night.
Yeah, I'm saying, right? They giving us this soap. It's the same soap. It's just a different color. You hear me? It's the same big house soap, though. You know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, the bad thing is that you guys are not allowed to get any like Purell or anything. That I mean, I realize why, but it doesn't. You know, it still doesn't make it matters any better.
Yeah, I mean, and then the soap that they give us. so small, right? It's only good for like one shower.
Okay.
I mean, and we only get that like once a month.
Oh, it's only once a month? It's not even once a week?
Nah, once a month. I mean, it's crazy, you know what I mean? You know, that's what a lot of people have a misconception about the thing that they give us in jail, right?
Well, that's why I try to, get it across to people that it's not what you see on TV, because, on TV they see these guys and they get handed care packages all the time, and I know that's not the way it is.
I mean, if you get an Energy pack, get 1 bar of soap a month, 1 small teeny deodorant, a cup, and a small thing of toothpaste.
I wanted to ask you, because I found something out from somebody else, so I want to see if it's the same with you. Are you guys getting any type of video visiting or regular visiting, or what's going on there?
All visits are shut down.
Okay, how about video visiting? Because I actually got told... No? Okay, because I got told that a memo apparently went out this morning saying that as long as you have somebody on your visiting list that's approved, they can actually use an application called Zoom, and that Securus is setting up video visiting.
No, we don't got that up here.
Okay, did you hear anything about 5 free phone calls for the month or something?
Nah.
Okay, you may want to check.
This is a call from Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Greene. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
If they have any counselors or any COs working, you might want to check with them, because I'm getting told this out of Pennsylvania, believe it or not.
Yeah, what is it, 5 free phone calls?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 5 free phone calls, and they're also setting up video visiting via an app called Zoom. I'm going to check with Securus myself later on. It's supposed to be 5 free phone calls and then video visiting from Zoom. I don't know how long the video visits are going to be for, but and I don't know what they're going to be charging, but supposedly that's happening.
I'm most definitely going to check into it, man, but
Did you guys have phone calls last night? Because I got something from Securus myself advising me that they were closed the 17th and the 18th. They just reopened again this morning because they were actually disinfecting their equipment.
Yeah, we had phone calls last night.
Okay. Because Securus actually sent something, like I said, to everybody, basically a notice saying that they were shut down, and going to be shut down all day yesterday as well, and that, they were going to reopen, I guess, at 9 o'clock this morning, which is already past then, and that it was, because they were disinfecting everything.
Yeah. No. Yesterday I made a phone call at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Because here's what I got. It says, Dear Securus and JPay, so it was both Securus and JPay. It says, the health and safety of our community is a top priority, and that includes the call center associates who are committed to providing customer support during this time of crisis. To help ensure they are operating in a safe environment, we have temporarily closed the call center so that we can have office environment deeply cleaned and disinfected. The call center will reopen tomorrow, March 19th at 7 a.m. Central Time, and operate until 10 p.m. Central Time moving forward, which are the new customer service operating hours.
State Correctional Institution, Greene. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Which are the new customer service hours during the COVID-19 pandemic. The following social distance guidelines: we will be limiting the amount of staff returning to the call center office tomorrow. Therefore, customers may experience longer hold times. However, the digital channels remain accessible, and the customers can still utilize IVR, whatever that is, through the 800 number. We apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your understanding as we navigate operations during this time. And it was from Securus and JPay. So that's right from the company. So this way you guys know that if you want to, let it out there.
Yeah. I'm most definitely going to pass it around.
Yeah, so they clean the call centers. If anybody's got a call because they're having a problem, it's probably going to be a wait, But what else are they doing for you guys? I mean, how are they handling, if you're on lockdown, how are they handling, like, your chow calls and stuff?
We get fed on the block. They bring the food to the block. They open up 5 cells at a time. They let us come down and get trays, and they lock us back up.
are you getting actual hot meals, or are you getting sandwiches, or what are you guys getting?
It's usually like yesterday we got some rice and some kind of meat on it, and this morning we got cold cereal. But I figure for lunch we might get another hot tray.
Okay, so at least they're trying to they're trying to feed you guys. Who is making the actual food? Is it the staff or is it the inmates?
I don't know. I don't know. I know this morning they called all kitchen workers up.
Okay, so that's a plus. It looks like they're letting the kitchen workers work at least.
Yeah, so but yesterday when they locked it down, I don't know who they had feeding us.
Mm-hmm. But it's 5 cells at a time. They're handing you guys trays, and then that's that. And I guess they're coming back and getting the empty trays from you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they using regular hard trays, or are you using paper?
Styrofoam trays.
Okay, that's what I was checking too. So they're probably throwing everything out, which is, I guess, is more sanitary right now. But how about medical? How's medical handling this?
I don't know. You don't get to go to medical. I know they passing out medication from cell to cell, you know what I mean?
So they're coming to the units with the actual medication cart and passing out cell to cell.
Yeah.
So, okay. And then if there's any kind of a medical emergency like this kid, this guy yesterday, they're coming down and handling things on a case by case basis.
Yeah, he was out in the yard when his cell, he was like he got the symptom. He got the coronavirus, he got the symptoms, right?
Right.
They all ran out there to the yard with the masks on, and that's when the jail went down on lockdown.
It's kind of funny. He was outside and they put mask on. I mean, the virus is, if it's in a closed area like your cell block, that's mask and gloves and gowns. But out in the yard, they're in the wide open, so it's really not going to do anything for them. But it is what it is. Okay, when's the next time you think you're going to be able to get a call after today? Do you know, or?
I'd say in the next couple of days anyway, right?
Okay.
They come around with a phone number. Right now, it's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's trying to get on the phone.
Yeah, I believe it. Like I said, I know that and for people that are listening to the actual broadcast, I think they should know that everybody, that's in the prisons, especially like Pennsylvania, Rod is in Pennsylvania, the inmates may not be able to get a call to the family members because, number one, there's a lot of people trying to get on the phone. Number two, they're keeping them locked down. So it's like a controlled environment already, and now it's even more controlled. So people shouldn't worry about their loved ones. It's just par for the course because of what's going on.
Yeah. And up here, they like to pass the phones back and forth to their homies, and
Mm-hmm. Well, in this way, but I mean, like I said, a lot of people are getting worried because they're not hearing from their loved ones in the prisons. And, most of the prisons, have no visiting right now, pretty much throughout the United States. Federal Bureau of Prisons has no visiting. Pennsylvania has no visiting. California has no visiting. Connecticut has no visiting. It's pretty much everybody has no visiting. But the lockdown seems to be varied by prison to prison, so... But if you're not getting a phone call from, your loved ones, that's why. So, hopefully you do. But at this point, it's just because of everything that's going on. The bad thing is what people can do is, if you're on the outside, is call the prison that your loved one's in and make sure they're getting what they need. 1 bar of soap for a month is just ridiculous, especially in a time like this.
Oh, no doubt. And they extended the commissary. You know what I mean?
You mean extended or stopped it?
Extended it. You can spend extra money in the commissary.
Okay. So if they have money on the books, believe it or not, Connecticut actually has a bail fund, and what's happening with the bail fund is they're actually bonding people out of prison or out of jail to get them home because of the virus. They're actually raising money, and then if the inmate cannot get out of the jail, they're actually sending money into commissary so that these guys can get basic needs.
I wish they did that up here. You hear me?
Oh, they did do it to you guys too? Good.
No, I said I wish they would.
Oh, they haven't done that with you guys? I'm hoping, if you have somebody who is in, jail or prison right now, it's pretty important that, I know it's hard out there, but it's pretty important that you try to, send them at least a couple of dollars so they can get antibacterial soap, shampoo and stuff like that, because at this point right now, it's obvious the prisons are not giving adequate amounts to the inmates.
That's what I'll be saying. I mean, I haven't went to the commissary in 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't got no family out there, you know what I mean? Nope.
Right. I mean, I don't know if there's any special funds that are set up for Pennsylvania. I mean, this thing with Connecticut, I didn't even know about it until I read about it this morning. And I was kind of, taken back. I was like shocked. I mean, they're actually helping people that are incarcerated. So, I mean, that's a good thing. I'd like to see that, pick up in other states like Pennsylvania. I mean, the inmates have to, drop a note or I guess a request in, but still, it's there. Speaking of which, what happens if you've gotten your bar of soap for the month and you cannot, you don't have it, you don't have money on commissary. If you ask staff,
1 minute left.
If you ask staff, can you get it or no?
Huh.
So that's it. What about toilet paper? Are you guys getting enough toilet paper in there too, or no?
Yeah, we get a roll a week.
Okay, so you're at least getting one roll a week, so that's a plus. They're gonna cut us off. I'm sure you heard it. I want you to give me a call in a couple of days and keep me advised as to what's going on in there. And then if I hear anything, I'll give you a heads up as well.
All right.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Yep. Be good.
All right.
Thanks, Rob. Hey, thanks for listening. That is it for this edition of 15 Minutes With. My name is Joe Tommaso. If you'd like to help me keep this show going and would like to see it get better, please donate to paypal.me/Joe Tommaso. That's paypal.me/JoeTomaso. And if you'd like to make any questions, comments, suggestions, or is there somebody you'd like to see me try to interview, please email me at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Again, that's insidetherazorwire@gmail.com, or you can snail mail me at P.O. Box 162, West Haven, Connecticut 06516. And I'm looking to see you guys again for the next edition of 15 Minutes With. Thanks for listening.